So it's a different day, and I think what I'm going to do, I had that disc laying around and I warrantied out the old clutch kit, the AutoZone clutch kit, and we're going to try the Vallejo, I think it is. That's a factory replacement. That's I think that or Luck or something, but those are the close to factory replacements you can get. And so we're going to use that clutch disc. I just sanded the surface of the flywheel down with a light piece of sandpaper and got it, made sure all the debris or any marks were off of it, slicked it up, and we'll use the factory replacement pressure plate. We'll see how it goes. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're going to look at the pop-up headlight on the S13 and kind of see a general idea of what I was working on with that Midnight Purple 2. Let's kind of look at it and see what we got. Alright, here we go. Alright, so you can kind of see, I don't have it all bolted in yet, but this is the idea of it. I don't have all this bolted in. I'm using the old bolts too. I'll probably try to change some of those bolts out. See what the actual light looks like here. So, and then obviously we'll change this will be painted or something at some point, you know. But this is the actual whatever. But yeah, that way it's just not all rusty and, you know, some random primer color or something. I guess I could actually take the bodies apart and paint it when I paint the front of the car, but it'd be too easy, I guess. But alright, yeah, just so you can see an idea of what I'm working on and what headlight I plan on using and stuff. So, alright, here we go. Alright, so I've got the stands up and this car's gonna be down some. We actually have to replace the tie rod end. I think the bushing's gone on the steering rack and we're missing a bolt on the axle. So I've ordered some parts. We're kind of in between, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if we can get this thing back on. So, all right, here we go. Well, alright, so I got it welded together and I started getting where everything was burning pretty good, and I cleaned up the front just to try to make it look a little cosmetically. You know, I'm not a welder, so I was just trying to dress it up a little bit. So ground down the front, was going to try to do a halfway decent pass on them, and went to put that pass down, and I'm out of gas. I mean, it was solid and it looked good and okay, but I tried to do a little better. If I'd have just left it alone, I'd have been fine. But I was trying to make a cleaner looking pass for the front, and yeah, it's out of gas. But all right, we can at least see that it's together. All right, here we go. All right, you can see, well, maybe you can see I made the passes wider going around. I'm going to cut them down a little bit, but I want to keep the weld wider because what they had on there just broke, and so I end up doing like a weave. So if you've ever seen weld, I want to do, so like it was filled, you know, right around, let's say the pipe's here, and right around the edges it was just, you know, I had a weld in there. Well, then I went a weave, so higher up here and then way down, so make a wider weld and multiple passes. So I think I run 4, 5, 6 stringers, and then I done a weave across the top of it, and it's real wide. I think that'll hold better if he does happen to run into something. So I was just thinking ahead, you know, maybe a little more weld in there and a wider pass, you know, make a stringer and connect everything all the way from the top bar down to the bottom, or the side one. In my mind, that's going to be better. I don't know. Probably one good pass right in the side there would have been fine, but I'm going to grind it down some, but I'm going to leave a lot. I'll flip it over and we'll actually see the other side and see, you know, where I'm at with that. Keep in mind, I'm no welder at all whatsoever. It's absolutely horrible, I get it. But a combination of not knowing how to weld and just trying to fill it, that's like 1 or 2 passes or something. I just went wider. But I mean, that's the welds that came on it, you know what I mean? So those are better, yeah, I get that, but I mean, they're not, I don't think those are, you know, $500 bash bar quality welds, you know what I mean? In my opinion. Yeah, so that's the problem we had, is it just broke. I mean, completely just broke out. So I'm gonna try to make a wider pass. You can see mine is wider and it stands up a little taller, but I was trying to clean that up. But you know, the weave, you know, that looks absolutely horrible. I get it, I really do, but it's gonna hold. It's a drift car. Now we'll have the whole bash bar, but now I gotta get some gas and I gotta make some passes on that, try to clean it up. The front looked a lot better. At least I'm gonna sell it that it did. I don't know if it did or not. I ground it down. Wow. But I'm gonna, I guess it's Friday night, and so I think the place might be open tomorrow. I can't remember. If they're not open tomorrow, I'll wait till Monday, get some more gas and finish it out and remount it. But I'm waiting on parts. The angle kit ended up being still good, no problems there. Let's see, I'll show you what I found. Okay, so the angle kit, I thought that was damaged there, but it's just cosmetic, so it's just on the side. It's a little bit, but it's not. I don't feel like we have anything to worry about. I might be wrong, but I don't think so. Okay, so looking up here, you can see, if you can see, that's the tie rod end where the inner bolt's on, and there's the steering rack. Now right there, look right there, if you can see that. Alright, let's do it again so I don't fall over. Alright, so let me get focused in. I don't know if you can see that. Hard to hold and so the whole steering rack bushing is gone. Right there is where you want to look. I know it's kind of blurry, but I think that's going to be our issue. And you can see where it's been rubbing, and we're going to have to clearance a little. I did take those plastic things out right there on both sides. I think I might cut this and kind of bang that in, and then up there too. So actually my metal hammer's in my rollback, so I couldn't do that today, or I would have. So got the bash bar, waiting on outer tie rods. We're gonna go ahead and change those. We're missing a bolt in the rear axle on the driver's side, so I've got one of those coming. Let's see, tie rods, outer tie rods, the bolt, and there's something else. What else was there? There was, oh, the bushings for that rack, and then finish the bash bar. So I've got a week to finish all this stuff, so I'm in good shape, and we're gonna probably sand that and paint it again. So, but that's what we're working on. Shannon, my neighbor from across the street at the shop, he used to do body work back in the day. He's gonna come fill all this in. We're gonna drop the subframe back out. He's gonna work on all of that, try to straighten it out. I do have a roll cage bought. I've got an Injuku racing roll cage. I'm not gonna install it. I'm not even gonna attempt it. I saw that on the bash bar. I'm not gonna weld this tool. I'm not even gonna tack it up. So now I've got to hunt somebody to install that thing. And I think this is the week the machinist has my motors on vacation. He's going to bike week. He's been gone doing that for 20 plus years, so I couldn't really argue that. So I'm still on hold on the motor, which I still got to get some valves and all the valve training. I don't know whether to do anything in the head. You know, that motor's good for 700. Obviously a cam, or the cams and some other upgrades would be great. But it's a lot of money. It's a couple $1,000. Is it a couple $1,000 worth of difference? I don't know. 700 is 700. In this car, this body, would you actually know the cam and the valve train difference? I can set the rev down to, you know, whatever. I think we could turn the boost up to compensate for some of that. I really don't know. So, never had a 700 horse motor. I had one Honda built, supposedly and theoretically it was, you know, good for 1,000. We never did go there, but it was, theoretically it was built for that, everything. So, get Shannon, he's gonna get started on this thing, at least try to get the engine bay done by the time the motor's done, and maybe make some headway. But gotta finish this thing, then I gotta start my BMW at some point, and got some other projects going. I got something else working. All right, here we go.